Yes, so tomorrow's quiz is still 10 questions. It's going to be a little bit of mix. Have I showed y'all?
No.
I didn't show this class anything? Okay.
No.
So here is going to be like okay, that makes sense. It'll be like, yeah, no, none of that. What am I missing? This weekend. Okay. So here's what your quiz is going to look like tomorrow. There will be 10 questions, but you're going to get 7 minutes because you're going to have reciprocals on there. Do I expect you to memorize this chart?
No.
Yes.
No. 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 Not at all. Here's what I expect you to do. Sine of 240. What is the sine of 240 degrees? What quadrant is that? 3. So it's going to be a negative. Sine is my y value. So what is the y value at 240 down there by the y-axis? Negative root 3 over 2. Great. What about the cotangent of 5 pi over 4? Do you have that memorized? I don't want you to. But what's the reciprocal of cotangent? Do you know the tangent of 5 pi over 4?
Yes.
What is it?
1.
What is the reciprocal of that?
1.
Bam. Okay. Cosine of pi over 3. Pi over 3 is 60 degrees. What's the cosine of 60 degrees? 1/2. Cool. Got that one. The cosecant of pi. What's the reciprocal of cosecant? Sine. What is the sine of pi? 0. What's the reciprocal of that? So you don't have to have these memorized. All you got to know is your unit circle and then do the reciprocal. The secant of 330. What is the reciprocal of secant? What is the cosine of 330 degrees? Positive root 3 over 2. What's the reciprocal of root 3 over 2? No. Gotta rationalize it. Bam. So that's how I expect you to do your quiz tomorrow. We're giving you a couple extra minutes just because obviously it takes a while to do this and then the reciprocal. Alright, you will have about, I don't know for sure, I gotta look at it, but I think you'll have about 5 regular functions and then 5 reciprocal functions. Okay? And tomorrow when you walk in, just like every other day, I'm gonna have a practice quiz with all of these on here for y'all to practice. Okay? I might do the quiz at the end of class tomorrow because the notes might help us with that. There isn't, so I don't really have one. I told somebody maybe, I gotta go look, but I told somebody maybe just Google Quizlet reciprocals and see, you know what I mean? But again, if you can memorize the unit, if you have the whole unit circle, sine, cosine, and tangent memorized, you're ready for tomorrow's quiz. So if you were ready for today's quiz, you're ready for tomorrow's. If you weren't ready for today's quiz, well, you need to study tonight so that you are tomorrow. Okay? All right, so now we're going to play a game called Name That Quadrant. Are you ready? Favorite game. Name that quadrant. All right, focus. Shush your neighbor. And write this down, please. What quadrant is cosine greater than 0 and tangent less than 0? Name that quadrant. Okay, so cosine is greater than 0. What's cosine? Where is x greater than 0 means it is Where is x positive?
1 and 4.
1 and 4. Do y'all agree with that? Cool. Tangent is less than 0. Tangent is like, where is my slope? What's less than 0? Where would be my slope less than, or where's my slope negative? 2 and 4. What quadrant satisfies both of these statements?
4.
Therefore, name that quadrant. We are in quadrant 4. And that is how you play name that quadrant. This is on the test. Do you have to write it in the Roman numeral?
Yeah.
Well, I count off if you don't write it in the Roman numeral. I really would want to.
What if it's like quadrant number?
That's exactly what she said.
Okay, well then, sorry.
I don't know if I'm going to count off for it, but will I judge you? Will you annoy me? Do you want to annoy me while I'm grading?
I'll do that.
That's why she's not grading you.
Exactly. You are exactly right. I try to be in a good headspace while grading. Especially like multiple choice, like whatever, I don't need to be in a good headspace. But when it's like reading sentences, I need to be like,
Oh, yeah, because they have to listen.
yeah, and just, Okay. The sine of theta, it's just your neighbor, and cosine of theta are less than 0. I didn't mean that. The sine of theta is greater than 0, and the cosine of theta is less than 0. Sine is greater than 0 is, where is y positive? Y positive? Okay, cool. Cool. Let's take it back to 6th grade. Cosine is less than 0. What's cosine?
X.
Less than 0 is, what quadrants are cosine negative? So what, name that quadrant? 2. These are both in quadrant. Oh, that was wrong. 2. Alright, last one. Let's see if you can do this one. A little bit more challenging. I wouldn't call any of these super difficult, personally. You might disagree. Show me with your fingers what quadrant when you get it. It's on the same paper. Oh, maybe not on yours. Yeah. When you get an answer, show me with your fingers. If you don't know, give me a thumbs down. Alright, tangent is less than 0. Tangent is negative where? 2 and 4. We okay over there, whoever's doing that? And then cosecant is greater than 0. Cosecant is the reciprocal of? Sine. So it's the same thing. Remember, they're in the same quadrants, positive and negative. So where is y greater than 0? Where is y positive? 1 and 2. So what quadrant are we in? 2. Are we okay with name that quadrant? Alright, that is questions on your homework. Questions 55 to 58. Now, example 2. Sorry, let me move that down for y'all. If cosine of theta is 3/5, can you, in quadrant 4, can you find sine, tangent, cosecant, cotangent, and secant? Find the other 5 trig functions. It's like a water dispenser.
Why is there sheet on it?
Miss Olivares, can I borrow your water? Can I have some water? Can I?
Well, now we know what it is.
Now you know. No. So I've had this before those water fountains turned into being able to put your water bottle in there. So that was before that. Okay, yes. Yes. They're reciprocals, but when you flip something, the sign stays the same. So like for instance, 2/3. When you flip 2/3, it becomes 3/2. Stays positive. What if you had negative 2/3? It becomes negative 3/2. So the sign goes with it. When you learned reciprocals the first time, you learned it with perpendicular lines. Those were opposite reciprocals. You flip the sign and the fraction. We are just flipping fractions, not signs. My throat hurts, and I can't raise my voice and keep telling you to quit talking.
Did you drink water?
Yeah, I just did.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
make water.
So quit talking. You're making my throat hurt more. Thank you. Okay. What do I know? Which one's the easiest one to figure out here? Secant. Why secant? I can talk, but like when I keep having to talk louder and louder over y'all is when it hurts. I can just flip cosine and make it secant. So secant is the easiest one to do because it's 5/3. How do I do the rest of these?
You know that there's a 4 because it's a triple.
What's a 4?
The missing number is a 4.
Why is the y my missing number?
It's a triple. Pythagorean triple.
Cosine is x over r. So I know x is 3 and r is 5. And you're right. What's my missing number? 4. Actually, you're not right. It's not 4. Why? Why? It's in quadrant 4. What do we know about quadrant 4? My y is negative, so it's negative 4. I know a lot of teachers give you extra information just to confuse you. I promise there's a purpose for mine. Alright, so now that I know x, y, and r, look, we're about to get assigned seeds in here. Now that I know x, y, and r, I can fill out the rest of this, right? Yeah, sine is what? Y over r. Tangent is y over x. We have all that written above. And so that gives me negative 4 over 3. Can I find cosecant and cotangent now?
Yes.
How? Just flip them. What questions do I have? Are we okay? Alright. Turning to the next example. If you have room, you can stay on that page, but I obviously write really big. Example 3. What if I have sine of theta this time, and I tell you sine of theta equals negative 2/3, where pi is less than theta is less than 3 pi over 2. Kylie, you with me over there? Okay. And I want you to find the other 5 trig functions. Say that a little bit louder. Why is it in the third quadrant?
Because it's between 180 and 270.
Do y'all agree? If you are at pi and you go, if you're in between pi and 3 pi over 2, you are in quadrant 3. So what do I know about x and y? They're both negative. Y'all agree with that?
Yes.
What else do I know? Louder?
Cosecant.
I know cosecant. What's cosecant?
Negative 3 over 2.
Negative 3 over 2. I just got a flip sign. Cool. What else do I know? I know y is negative 2 and r is 3. Because sine is y over r. How do I find x? Louder? Did you say Pythagorean? Okay, Pythagorean theorem. Sorry. That's not supposed to say A. Pythagorean theorem is, in this case, we're going to be doing r squared equals x squared plus y squared. Remember when we learned x, y, r in the video? If this is your radius, your y and your x-axis make a 90-degree angle, so you can do Pythagorean theorem every time. So I'm going to fill in what I know. R is 3 squared, I don't know x squared, and I know y is negative 2. Do y'all agree negative 2 squared is 4? And I can subtract 4 from both sides? What is 3 squared minus 4? So what is x? What is x? No. Negative square root of 5. Because remember, we're in the third quadrant. Now I want you to fill out the rest of these. And look up when you are done. Did you get the same answers as me? No, you shouldn't have. Why not? You have to rationalize on secant, so you should have gotten negative 3 square roots of 5 over 5. And you need to rationalize on tangent. But you should not get a negative. Why?
Because
Because they're both negative. So you should get positive 2 square roots of 5 over 5. And that's why cotangent is positive. What questions do I have? Okay, real quick, I do want to let you know that you have now learned all of the problems up to 62, with the exception of this right here, talking about a periodic. We haven't done that. We're doing that tomorrow. That's why I pushed the homework. Please do some of the homework tonight so that you're not bogged down with homework tomorrow. I also want to point out question 41. This is just finding the exact value. What's the cosine of 180? Negative 1. What's the sine of 180? What's negative 1 minus 0? So the answer to that question is negative 1. Same thing right here. What's the cosine of 60? 1/2. What's the tangent of 45? And then just do the math. 2 times 1/2 is plus 3 times 1. So that's all you're doing there, is just doing the math. Last but not least, hold on. Questions, I think it is 17 through 24. I had some people ask me, what does it want me to do here? Look at the back for 17 to kind of see. You don't need to make a chart. I'm perfectly okay with you saying, hey, cosine equals this, sine equals this. But if you want to make a chart, you can. Yes. Yep, you do see. You can now do everything on here as far as that.
I already did it.
You can just add them in. Yeah. All right. Any questions?